Why don't we make our second character that we're going to put through a personal horror story on Saturday? Dragonbait is a named character from the Greyhawk setting that is a Saurian, which is kind of like a proto-lizard folk dragonborn. Dragonbait you can find in Tomb of Annihilation if you want to look. Intense snowfall where you're at? That's... Oh, yeah. Well, hey, it's good personal time then, Orc. That's excellent. What do you mean, 12? What's the... Who are you referencing? Alright, we're gonna get some dice rolls going here. Crom Draw Day, will you please roll a percentile in chat to find out if we have a female character, a male character, or a multi-class character? Exclamation point 1D100. I mean, there's a lot of pairs in Forgotten Realms 12. You'd have to be a lot more specific. Okay, Wolf, thank you for letting me know. 35, we have a female character. Alright. And as for our race, we have effectively 36. So, 12 for 10, can you roll a d6 in chat for me, please? Alright, we're within the first 6 races. And, Hypnotic Gamer, can you please roll 1d6 in chat to determine which race we're going to be making? Three. We're making a Bugbear. We have a female Bugbear character. Bugbears are going to be in Volo's Guide to Monsters. Oh, well, I hope you have a snowblower or something, Orc. A Bugbear fan? Ah. Well, then, hopefully you can bring back a story to your friend. Orc, will you please roll a percentile in chat to find out the alignment of this character? Exclamation point 1D100. Stops on a 71. So she is a lawful evil female Bugbear. Bugbears are medium-sized, so I'll put that there. Alright, now the level at which we're going to be making this character. Shlomo, will you please roll a percentile in chat? Exclamation point 1D100. $94? Another 94? Another level 20 character? Oh my gosh, you and Sheeps are just, so we have 2 low-level characters and 2 super high-level characters. Wow. Alright, Shlomo. Alright, next up, Raven still, will you roll a percentile to find out if we're going to replace any of our ability score improvements with feats? This is as weird as that time we got 269s in a row. Stop on an 81. Yes, we will actually be replacing 2 of our ASIs with feats. All right. Now we have 60. This says 62. We have 66 backgrounds that we can use. So the first number is going to be a D12. Hark, will you roll a D12 and preferably not roll a 12 on it? Stops on a 1. I mean, look, we had high rolls the other night. All right, so now, yeah, we're the pendulum has swung back. Now we need a D6. Misfit TV, will you roll a D6 in chat, please? And we're going to find out what our background is. It's going to be one of these first 6. Stops on a 1. We are an Acolyte. An Acolyte. There's no special additional roll needed, so we're good here. All right, now it's time for the class and the subclass. I wonder if there's anyone in chat that is here and I haven't called on yet. Totem Fiend, are you here? Cold Spark, are you here? Volvo, are you here? Raz! Oh, Raz is here. All right. My memory is that of who's currently chatting. So, Raz, Hark is calling for a ranger or a bard. Getting a little greedy going past 1, huh? I see how it is. So Raz, I would like you. Well, hey, her story hasn't even begun to finish yet. So we'll see even where this rabbit hole continues to take us, Crumb Draw Day. Raz, will you please roll a D12 and let us know which class this character is going to be? Stops on a 2. We have a bard. Hark. Ha! Shlomo's in with the nice. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 different kinds of bards that we can be. All right, Hark is calling whispers. Hark wants a 5. Shlomo, will you roll a D6 in chat? Stops on a 1. We have a Glamour bard. A Glamour bard. All the 1s, right? Yeah. All right, there's no class features for that bard, so we don't need to worry about that. Though we do have to come over here, and for a Bugbear, boop. Raven, will you roll a percentile for how old she is? See if we get another 1. 59. 59. She is an adult. And for an adult, now this is like the physical maturity. Who knows what Bugbear Society has for like legal adulthood. This is just like a physical adulthood. is 16 plus 1d23 years. So I'm adding 16 to a 23-sided roll. And she is 27 years old. There we go. She's starting at 6 feet tall, and her height modifier is 2d12. Crumb Draw Day, will you roll a d12 in chat? And then I'll meet your d12 with one of my own. I rolled a 4. What do you have? She's 6'4", going on... She's 6'9". Shlomo in with the nice. All right, her base weight's 200 pounds. Now, to add to this base weight, we're going to take the 4 that we generated and multiply it by 2d6. And so what we can do here is actually roll this in to our ideal bond and flaw. Because then we're going to get a spare one. And then we can have someone else do a command for a 1d6. So, Hark, will you please roll 1d6? And then 12 for 10, will you please roll 4d6? Exclamation point 4d6. The first number will go into the weight modifier. All right, so 4 times 4 is 16. She's 216 pounds at 6'9". And this is also going to give us our ideal bond and flaw of 5, 3, and 1. All right. Raz, will you please roll a d8? And then I will roll a d8 for personality traits. I got a 4, and you rolled a 4. So I re-rolled into a 3. Her personality traits are 4 and 3. Fading out. Have a good night. 12 for 10. Thank you for stopping by, sharing your thoughts, your generosity in chat. For those who ended up picking up a capsule because of 12 for 10, you know, I will thank you for that 12 for 10 along with them. Okay, so we have our major outlying roles in place. We have our placeholders in place, as placeholders are wont to do. Now we're going to delve into the Player's Handbook, because we begin our character creation in earnest, not just the placeholders, by exploring their background, as that tells us about the character. A bugbear is a bugbear, a bard is a bard. This bugbear bard, however, is as follows. Well, thank you, 12. We'll see you around. All right. Mechanically, we are going to be getting some stuff. We're going to get insight and religion training from being an acolyte. We're going to get 2 languages of our choice, as we do need to administer to the faithful, no matter where the religion is found. We're going to get a holy symbol, which could very well end up being a trinket that we can roll. A prayer book or prayer wheel. So I'm not too worried about the prayer book and things like that, but I think what we can have some fun with, our holy symbol, is trinket number something. And if you recall, there are 2 trinket tables. There's the Gothic trinkets that's in the Curse of Strahd, and then there's the Player's Handbook trinkets. So, Hypnotic Gamer, will you roll a d4? On a 1 or a 2, we have a Player's Handbook trinket. On a 3 or a 4, we have a Gothic trinket from Curse of Strahd. All right, we have a PHB trinket. That's going to be found in Chapter 5. Stops on a 1 there. So, is there someone that I haven't called on in a while? Blood Deuce, are you out there? Are you out there still? If you are Blood Deuce, can you roll a percentile? And we're going to go... Well, I don't want to go there just yet. Let's build her personality up a little bit first. Let's get a placeholder number. Stops on an 82. All right. So we're going to say her holy symbol through which she casts is actually trinket number 82 out of the Player's Handbook. If you all look ahead, I can't stop you, but don't spoil yourself if you don't know what that is. Let's get to know her a little bit first. Again, we're making an epic level character. Does she have a scholar pack or whatever? I don't know. It's not going to be as important necessarily to who this character ultimately is going to end up being. Shlomo's being a numerologist over here. Well, I'm still happy you hopped over here from there, and I hope it was a good... Oh, was it a good episode? Entertaining? Were they able to progress the plot pretty well? Okay, her first personality trait is number 4. Nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. And number 3, I see omens in every event and action. The gods try to speak to us. We just need to listen. Her ideal is number 5, faith. I trust that my deity will guide my actions. I have faith that if I work hard, things will go well. Raven knows. Her bond is number 3. I owe my life to the priest who took me in when my parents died. And lastly, our flaw, because we are all flawed creatures, is number 1. I judge others harshly and myself even more severely. Well, we haven't even established what her faith is. And of course, I mean, what faith doesn't want someone who can sing or perform or proselytize or, just help spread the word? So she's optimistic. Yeah, you can be evil and optimistic, by the way. Thanos absolutely was optimistic. He was cheerful. So, don't let something like, yeah, best day ever, not make you think that she doesn't have this selfish lifestyle where she isn't this sort of by the book, authoritarian, like kind of a, she is could be in this case, right? We have absolute faith in our deity. We judge others harshly and ourselves. I mean, we have like a Bible thumper here. This is someone who had a horrible childhood was saved by someone of the faith. She grew up in that environment, and she absolutely lives by it because of all the things it taught her. And if nothing else, it saved her from whatever life she had before. And if you don't think that can spawn a lawful evil person, someone who is going to hold on to that thing that saved her and is going to enforce it and make sure it doesn't go away, this is absolutely fertile ground for a character like this. See, so Raven is saying the MCU is over there. The real story is here, and was very optimistic about Lady Death. Or could seduce into the faith. Yeah, if that's the bend that we take as we continue, absolument. Yeah, she could be like an inquisitor for the faith as well. You know, you got to test the morals of the people, you know, who share your faith if they're going to be faithful. All right, so we know we have some history now. What do you... Oh, okay, Hypnotic. No, you don't need to apologize. Do what you have to do. You know, and we ask, well, so what could her faith be? And we could always go back to the cleric, you know, to the cleric domains and roll there. If we don't see something by the time, you know, if an idea doesn't come up because she was an acolyte, it led to her becoming a bard. And so that might give us the answer we're seeking as well, naturally, without having to force it through a random roll. So we have a College of Glamour bard. So first things first. Actually, before we get to our class and our subclass, we need to delve into Volo's Guide to Monsters, because we need to find out what she gets because she's a bugbear. You know, we know who she is by her lifestyle and her history. So what is she now? That's the question we can ask ourselves. So let's see. We have... it's not one of the main character races, though there are extra stats. So we're going to go to page 120. Because there are some others that are listed here. Kobold, Goblin, Bugbear traits. Here we go. Your Bugbear character has the following racial traits. Your strength increases by 2, and your dex increases by 1. Strength 2, dex 1. We already have alignment and size. Our speed is 30 feet. 15 climb, 15 swim, 0 fly. We do have 60 feet of dark vision. Pardon. We are also long-limbed. You can, or when you make a melee attack on your turn, your reach for it is 5 feet greater than normal. So we have very long arms, so we can attack something 10 feet away from us instead of just the 5 feet from our normal Pokédews. We also have a powerful build. You count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity. So she is strong. She's a big woman. Now, I mean, if someone was talking about like monster girl waifus, a bugbear, this one even might make a very good waifu for someone out there. We also are sneaky. We're proficient in the stealth skill and surprise attack. If you actually, I'm just gonna put surprise attack as a reference. If you surprise a creature and hit it with an attack on your first turn in combat, the attack deals an extra 2d6 damage to it. You can use this trait only once per combat. And languages, we can speak, read, and write Common and Goblin. Very good. No, it would just be 15, Raven. It's not a multiplier. It's an addition. All right. We are an Acolyte. We are a Bugbear. Now, let's become a Bard. This is just straight up Bard stuff. Hashtag just Bard things. We'll add the College of Glamour after we apply everything here from being a Bard. And anything but a basic Bard. Bard hit die is a D8. So there we go. And we're going to have a total of 20 of them because we're level 20. And isn't that funny how that works? So that'll influence our hit points and our ability to heal ourselves over rests. We do have light armor proficiency. And we do have a curated list of weapons. So I'm just going to put Bard weapons here for the weapon proficiencies. Tools, we're going to get 3 musical instruments of our choice. And you could always ask your DM and say, can I take 2 instruments and an artisan tool or a disguise kit and I'll sacrifice 2 instruments for that? And your DM might say yes, your DM might say no. It doesn't necessarily hurt to ask if you think you have a cool character concept and have the idea in mind. I mean, just don't fish for something. Present it to your DM and she or he may be more likely to agree with you. But for this, 3 instrument proficiencies. Saving throws are going to be dexterity and charisma. And then we're going to get to choose any 3 skills. Well, let's take a look-see, shall we? Nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. I see omens in every event and action. Well, we already have insight. And we already have knowledge religion. So this could be investigation as we're turning over clues and evidence in our head. Faith, I trust that my deity will guide my actions. I have faith that if I work hard, things will go well. And so working hard for her might end up being something charisma-based. It could be a performance or a persuasion. I owe my life to the priest who took me in when my parents died. This could be something you could build an NPC with your dungeon master. And this could also influence a skill that you have that was passed down from that mentor. It could be history, could be arcana. If we're going to become a College of Glamour bard, then maybe we can float that and get some flavor afterwards. And then I judge others harshly and myself even more severely. That's definitely a case for insight, and we already have it. So why don't we do this? We're going to let's floating 3 skills, and we're going to come back to this. In just a little bit here. Our starting equipment, again, is she going to have her level 1 leather armor at 20? Maybe. Probably not, or not the same. So I'm not really going to worry about the armor that she's using. Spells, we're going to get back to spells. No worries about that. At level 20, boop, our proficiency bonus is going to be a 6. And we're going to know 4 cantrips. 1, 2, 3, and 4. As we are a full caster, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1 for our spell slots. Ooh, look at all those tasty spell slots for stuff. We are going to get Bardic Inspiration. And this is going to be a number of charisma times per rest. We are going to be a Jill of all trades. And so any skills in which we're not proficient, we will have half our proficiency. We are also going to get Song of Rest. And by level 20, it's going to be a 1d12. That's going to help. If, as I was talking about the hit dice, help you recover over rests. That's what it means. Plays an amazing set of spoons, says Raven. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Maybe. How would you like it to be an instrument? Welcome back, Wolfblade. Our Bardic College. Is that we'll get to that. Then we're going to get some expertise. So in all, because at level 10 we get to know 2 more, we're going to have expertise in 4 skills. Now, we haven't filled in our other 3 skills. I mean, we have 4 if we wanted to go just this, but I want to learn more. I'm sorry, our 3. I want to learn more about the College of Glamour, because that could influence our decision for our floating 3 skill proficiencies. And then we'll worry about our expertise. Our ASI, we got it taken care of. 8, 12, 16, 19. And 4. We have a font of inspiration. We get it back on a short rest, not just a long rest. We can also counter charm. Hey, look at me. And magical secrets. We'll indicate that on our spell list. And then superior inspiration. When you roll initiative and have no uses of bardic inspiration left, you regain 1 use. So actually, instead of font of inspiration, no, I think it's its own thing. Superior inspiration. And that's our level 20 capstone here on our class. So we're still floating a couple things that we need to learn. And we're going to learn those right now because we have built a bard. The basic bard chassis. And now we need to find out, what does the College of Glamour do for this character to spice it up a little bit. And we are going to consult, I believe that's in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. Whoop. College of Glamour. The College of Glamour is the home of bards who master their craft in the vibrant realm of the Feywild, or under the tutelage of someone who... This is a very Fey-heavy horror campaign, which is fine. A lot of us might think, oh, undead. Oh, that works. The Fey are absolutely malicious creatures. And honestly, Halloween or Samhain is a Fey holiday. The fact that we have 3... Actually, if you think about it, we have 4 creatures that are touched by the Fey. Someone who learned their profession from the Fey, from the College of Glamours. Someone with Fey ancestry, that's the Sea Elf. And then we have the Dwarf with the Archfey Pact and the Githyanki with the Archfey Pact. This is awesome. And I love how this ended up working out, especially during this holiday. So the Feywild are under the tutelage of someone who dwelled there. Tutored by satyrs, Eladrin, and other Fey, these bards learn to use their magic to delight and captivate others. The bards of this college are regarded with a mixture of awe and fear. Their performances are the stuff of legend. These bards are so eloquent that a speech or song that one of them performs can cause captors to realize the bard unharmed, can cause captors to release the bard unharmed, and can lull a furious dragon into complacency. The same magic that allows them to quell beasts can also bend minds. Villainous bards in this college can leech off a community for weeks, misusing their magic to turn their hosts into thralls. Heroic bards of this college instead use this power to gladden the downtrodden and undermine oppressors. So we're going to get a Mantle of Inspiration. When you join the College of Glamour at 3rd level, you gain the ability to weave a song of Fey magic that imbues your allies with vigor and speed. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures you can see that can see you within 60 feet of you. They gain 5 temps, and they can immediately use their reaction to move their speed towards you. So you are very alluring. Number of temporary hit points increases when you... Alright, So this is with lawful evil. We are certainly, like, we are the center of attention. It is all about us. Enthralling performance. Seductive fey magic. If you perform for at least a minute, you can attempt to inspire wonder in your audience. At the end of the performance, you choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of you. Or be charmed by you. So, yeah, very charming. Mantle of Majesty at 6th level. At 6th level, you gain the ability to cloak yourself in fey magic that makes others want to serve you. Oh! This is so good. As a bonus action, you can command without expending a spell slot, and you take on the appearance of an unearthly beauty for 1 minute. Unbreakable Majesty. 14th level, your appearance permanently gains an otherworldly aspect that makes you look more lovely and fierce. In addition, as a bonus action, you can assume a magically majestic presence for a minute, or until you are incapacitated. For the duration, whenever any creature tries to attack you for the first time on a turn, the attacker must make a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC. Okay, we are a diva. We are absolutely, as a bugbear, the center of attention. All eyes on us. We are the God's gift walking this earth. An inquisitor that charms people into confessing. That's fine. You know, she has a reputation. I need a back scratcher. It's like right in the middle, like just below the shoulder blades. I'd be like a bear and just, you know, kind of on the door frame. Ugh, ugh. So I wonder what faith would have helped bring this about. The trickery domain, I wonder. Nature domain. We are talking about, you know, the Eladrin and the Feywild. Nature could be a part of this as well. If you're a nature cleric, you are the center of nature. You command nature. Now, what this is going to do, though, we're floating 3 skills. It's our job to have people, you know, come to us. And performance is absolutely going to be a big one here. Enthralling performance is a part of the performance. Probably persuasion. If you want to go the Inquisitor route, that's fine, and persuasion would be something to use as well. Unbreakable Majesty. Nothing. What else did we have? I see omens. Nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. I'm absolutely faithful. I owe my life to a priest who took me in when my parents died. Perhaps... Nothing can shake my optimistic attitude. See omens. What if we went athletics? So she is strong. Having a strength bard isn't bad at all. I mean, she could be strength, dex, charisma. Athletics seems very interesting. Acrobatics could work as well. But I think, you know, a part of her nature is to be strong. And having a proficiency in athletics could help that. as well as aid of persuasion or something to really help drive home that she is not going to have any of your stuff. Now, from this, because we have cleared our 3 floating seals, and if any of you disagree, let me know in chat. We are going to get to have expertise in 4 of these, meaning we get to add our proficiency twice to them. Performance, absolument. Insight, absolument. Now, we could be stealthy to sneak up on people. That might be part of our... That might be part of it. Now, our religion, we are super, super faithful. So there's 3. And then I wonder, I think stealth. I think stealth is definitely going to be a way for us to be able to navigate through, you know, dens of iniquity or whatever we consider those to be. So let's give her stealth expertise. Excellent. So we've taken care of that. We have built our bard, and you know what? I was going down the archetypes, the archetype skills, and I forgot to write them down. So we have Mantle of Inspiration, where we encourage our allies, whoever they may be. We also have Enthralling Performance. We get Mantle of Majesty and Unbreakable Majesty as well. We are truly majestic. There we go. What a diva. What an absolute diva she is. And a vicious one, too. Oh my gosh. I love it. I really do. I really, really do. All right. So now that we have our background, we have our racial features, we have our class and subclass, it is time to drop the stats into our character and give her the ability to enact what she has here. It's not a cop-out to say that she has huge charismas. And so let's put that starting 15 in that. Let's give her a 14 in strength, a 13 in dexterity, a 12 in constitution, and now it comes down to, you know, she gets the center of attention, so she does not have to be wise or intelligent here. Let's give her... If she was taught religion, we're gonna say 10. So she at least had a basic upbringing, right? She has average intelligence with a super focus on religion, but no one can teach you common sense. So she's developed this gut instinct, kind of out of fight or flight or survival from when she was in a pinch as a child. And so she has that going, but everything else is just woo over her head, and her head's pretty far up there. Not her butt. Well, arguably, I don't know. Some people might say she does have her head up her butt. You're crashing for the night mostly because I've been up since 10:30 a.m. on less than 5 hours of sleep. Ha ha! I have you beat, Hark. Take that. Anyway, have a great night, Hark. Thank you for hanging out with us, rolling up some characters with us, and I'll see you around on Discord or in tomorrow's broadcast. All right, we had our strength of 2, so we're going to have a 16 strength, and then we're going to have a 14 dex. Before we continue, there are 2 feats that we can take. And I wonder if there's not a racial feat for a bugbear and what it would be. Let me double check. No, they're not there. They could be in Xanathar's guide. Let's double check. Racial feats, 73. Now they don't have anything for the bugbears in here, it seems. Oh well, that's fine though. We're gonna go then to the player's handbook, everyone. To chapter 6. So if you're playing along at home, here we go. We're in chapter 6. We are playing with feats in this consideration. And let's find out which 2 feats we want to give her. Actor could be a very good one, because I mean, this could only enhance the things that we end up doing. We can mimic other people and other sounds. It does boost our charisma up by 1 as well, which doesn't hurt. Let's see, who else is she and what does she do? Who's your daddy and what does he do? I don't think she's an elemental adept. And an inspiring leader would be a good one. You can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions. So we are doling out, as a bard, temp hit points. That could be really good, actually. What else? What else? Linguist could be interesting. That will increase our intelligence by a little bit. And we'll even be able to learn 3 more languages. And we can write in hidden ciphers. Keen Mind could be interesting. You always know which way is north and the number of hours left before the next sunrise. And we can accurately recall anything you've seen or heard in the past month. As if we are going the Inquisitor route, having a mind like that would be really good. Observant is classic. I'm not against Observant, though. I guess I'd want a strong reason why. You know, maybe the thing that you can see or understand. We definitely look. We are a bard, yes, but I think our background really means that we're not a cleric by class, but we are certainly a member of the church, a member of the faith, who goes out and tries to inspire people or root out heretics and things along those lines. So observant could work. Medium, moderately armored would be interesting as well, as that would let us get medium armor proficiency, and we can use shields. And that would make us like a battle Valkyrie. A beautiful warrior on the battlefield, wearing heavier armor, a shield. We can use a longsword in our hand. That could be really cool. That could even combo with Warcaster. Tough is always a good one to take as well. Tavern Brawler, Shield Master, Skilled. Skilled could serve her well in some regards. I don't always see her though, or I don't see her as always I know all the skills. I think she's focused, and I think she's happy to be focused. Skulker could be interesting because we do have we do have a really good ability to hide. You can try and hide while you're lightly obscured. When you're hidden from a creature in oh no, not that one, not Skulker. Oh no, I think it is Skulker I'm thinking of. You can hide really easily, yeah. Decisions, my goodness. Savage attacker to make her point. I think inspiring leader would be redundant. I think we can drop that. I think absolutely milking our diva status as being just, I can be anyone, I can be anywhere. I think actor would be a good one for her. That is actually also going to bump our charisma up, which is nice. Alert? Alert could be an interesting one. A polearm master, says Raven. So she can attack 15 feet, maybe. But I don't think she has polearm mastery, unless this gives it to her. No, unfortunately, so she doesn't have that intrinsically through the bard weapons. What absolutely screams an agent of the church and a diva? What's resilient? Choose an ability score. You can increase it by 1, and you gain proficiency in saving throws that use the chosen ability. That one's not terrible. You know, we could make her resilient. We already have Dex and Charisma, so we could help her mind withstand magical attacks and influences more. Although Charisma saves are more for against being charmed. Or, you know, like a Constitution saving throw could be something along those lines. Oh, Shlomo! Magic Initiate and some Cleric spells. Duh! Oh my gosh, Shlomo. I think that makes an awful lot of... Here I am the whole time. Yeah, you know, she's just, you know, a part of the church. She's with the church, but she's not a cleric. Shlomo, my goodness. I think that would work out really well. Choose a class. You get 2 cantrips from it. You get... Oh, it's... All right, now we gave her a low wisdom. We gave her a low wisdom, but that doesn't mean there's not cleric spells that she can't cast. Look, we made a 10 charisma warlock last night, and she rocked. She was an awesome character that was absolutely functional. Shlomo should get a free pull for that one. I like the positivity, Raven, just not the probability of that happening. Yeah, so if we go Magic Initiate, then we could just choose, we'll choose some functional cantrips and then some first level spell. I like it. I like Magic Initiate, Cleric. Absolute sense. All right. Now we get 6 points to put into her stats. And honestly, she is an absolute diva. 4 of those 6 are going into charisma. I think, you know, hands down, there we go. And aside from that, you know, I think bringing her dexterity up as well, I think that's the right move. It can make her a little bit more assaulty, a little bit more hidey, a little bit more defensive, and it makes sure that she is just as flexible as she is strong. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever needed to be, questioned by her, you are in for a show, especially with her 20 charismas there. This is going to give her a strength of 3, dex of 3, con of 1, int of 0, wisdom of -1, and a charisma of 5. Strength saving throw is 3. Athletics is 9. Dexterity saving throw is 9. Acrobatics is 6. Whoa, hold up. Maddie Morgs, what? How does she have a 6? Remember, a Jill of all trades. Every skill in which you're not proficient, you get half your proficiency to it. Sleight of hand, 6. Stealth, we have expertise. So it's 12 plus 3. We have a 15 stealth. Constitution save is 1. Intelligence saving throw is 0. The skills, however, are all 3. And religion is going to be 12. Wisdom saving throw, -1. However, she's going to have a 5 to her other skills, except insight, which is going to be an 11. Charisma saving throw is an 11. Deception is 8. Intimidation is 8. Performance, 17. Everyone's going to be looking at her. And her persuasion is going to be 11. I'm going to go through with the cantrips here because we have our bard ones. And then, of course, we're going to get our cleric ones. So I want to, signify that. Now, if we're attacking with a spell, plus 11 to save against her effects is going to be a 19. You add 8 to your spell attack, and it's the consistent number in math you'll see throughout 5th edition. If we're attacking with a strength weapon, we're swinging at a plus 9. If we're attacking with a dex weapon, we're swinging at a plus 9. We're just swinging everywhere. If we're swinging with our charisma, we actually would get, well, we get an 11. We're swinging with 2 more things. Our passive perception is 15, 10 plus our perception modifier, which is 5. It's our natural awareness about what's happening around us. Our armor class, I don't know what armor she's wearing, magical or otherwise. So I'm just going to put a big question mark up here because I don't know. She's not using a shield. I don't know what it's going to be because of her loadout. Your initiative, aha. Remember, initiative is a dex check. We are not proficient in initiatives. And so that means Jill of all trades applies to this, giving us a plus 6 initiative. Our current hit points, at level 1, we got all 8 of our D8 hit die. For our remaining 19 levels of our 20, we get half plus 1 of that D8 hit die. Then for all 20 levels, we get bonus hit points equal to our Constitution modifier. So here's our math. Our bonus HP is 20 plus 95. So we have 115 plus 8 is 123 hit points at level 20. And by the way, she no longer is a set of stats, my friends. She has a name. We're casting as a bard off of charisma. Our spell casting was a 19 to save and a plus 11 to attack. And of course, we get our bardic inspiration. And that was equal to a number of charisma times per day equal to our charisma. So that's 5, as we have 5 charismas. Oh, and I almost forgot, by the way, everyone. Our background feature is Shelter the Faithful. It gives you and possible party members room and board in religious areas that recognize you. You know, you know, it could be homes of the devout. It could be, you know, temples, shrines, cathedrals, and churches and all that. Shelter of the Faithful is a really cool background feature because it does provide room, board, can even provide information. People might be willing to hide you if you're being chased. It's really, really good. The wisdom skills need fixed. How's that, Wolf? And Bronies, I'm sorry that I missed you in chat. Welcome. I hope that you've been enjoying. I was on a bit of a soapbox here, really getting into the character creation. But welcome to the channel, Bronies. She walks softly and carries a big stick. She definitely can. Yeah. No, Wolf, the wisdom skills are 5. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I was subtracting 1 from the bonus. Never mind. It's apparently almost 4 a.m. No, you're correct. Sorry about that. Boop. Because it's half of the proficiency. My bad, and thank you for catching that. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I was like, what are you talking about? In my mind, I did it right. It's all good. Just got here. Totally understand getting sucked in. Thank you for the warm welcome. Yeah, hey, it's been an awesome day. Great day. You know, well, the weather wasn't good. It was a great day to hand out candy to the neighborhood kids. After that, I had some good Thai food. And now we're here doing a D&D workshop. We're building these random characters that are going to get our imagination stirring. And all of this, Bronies, is going to build to us on Saturday, making stories of personal horror for each of these characters using some other inspirations we're going to generate tomorrow. And when we make our characters, the mechanics are there, but we build our characters to have character, to be believable, to have hopes and dreams, so that we can make confident decisions. If I just handed you this character after watching the stream, you could say, oh, I totally get this character. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, it's a great community. Look, I have a game store. I run this channel as the game store, right? It's friendly. You're sitting at a table in a game store. We're talking, we're nerding out, we're helping each other. We call each other out on mistakes like Wolfblade did for me, and I absolutely appreciate it. As a keeper for Call of Cthulhu, I love good horror. Also, I couldn't agree more. While mechanics are all well and good, to me, the best part of the narrative is, yes, and Bronies, that's why we saved the ability scores for last. The ability scores and the spells are last, because I want to know who our character is first. Who our character is will determine what we end up doing. It sounds like I'm preaching to the choir about this, and if so, hey, I'm glad we're resonating. And so the spells are going to be derivatives of who we are, as well as necessitating the mechanics that we see by the math portion of this game. And so we're at the tail end, and only just now did we discuss numbers. Numbers we didn't care about. We had a character before any numbers hit this character sheet. Well, any of the mechanical ones, not just the placeholders from our character generator here. So she has earned a name. Oh, you know what? The frosting on the cake before we get to spells. As I said, she gets a trinket that is going to be her holy symbol. And this could help us maybe have some light shed on what her faith was as an acolyte. Let's check out what trinket number 82 is and how this might affect her diva status as this like quasi-inquisitor, as a proselytizer, a converter of the faith. And so to get people's attention and or to condemn them, she uses the following random roll as a holy symbol. 82. Half of a floor plan for a temple, castle, or some other structure. We hold the scroll out as maybe we're searching for the other half. Or this could be a knowledge cleric. She could have grown up in a knowledge cleric. Now, you know, the nerds need a cheerleader for them. If not that, the floor plan could be part of a divine mystery. It could be the Hall of the Gods, and only you can complete it from your meditations. It could be a part of a locket. It could be, again, like a scroll from a knowledge cleric or a trickster cleric. She could absolutely be from a faith of a trickster god. You know, someone who uses alluring distractions, who can sneak around with the best of them. And so what can represent that then, you know, better than half of a joke, half of a pun, half of a scheme, half of a prayer, because the other half is left to you as ingenuity, to your ingenuity as a quick thinking trickster. I kind of like the trickster cleric bend. And perhaps as a part of the horror that could be built into, she has grown up in this trickster faith, and everyone has told her, you are beautiful, you are wonderful. And she grew up like that. And somewhere along the line in the world, maybe she found out that she had to question the very people that told her these things. As she was a bugbear out in the world who was flaunting herself. I mean, it doesn't have to be sexual. It's not like, you know, she could have been in a crop top and Daisy Dukes, maybe. You know, nice summer. You know, it's warm, especially if you have a lot of fuzz everywhere. You know, but this could also just be she was groomed to be the face, the ultimate irony. And maybe she even accepts that humor. Her lawful evil alignment, right? And we're not talking evil as kicking puppies in the street and burning down orphanages. It's all about her. She is a diva. When she sends the message spell, she wastes characters on clap emojis in between every word. All right, have a great night, Hypnotic Gamer. I kind of like this. You know, it doesn't ask for it up here. But I kind of like this trickster concept. What's even more evil, Shlomo, is her temple will send her a message for a mission, and she'll only respond with K. The gall on her, yeah. Every word, more like every syllable. K, says Shlomo. Now, with this, unless it's an errata somewhere that I don't know about, if you take Magic Initiate, it does say off the cleric spell list. If you talk to your DM, you might, if you make a good case, you might be able to pull a spell off of their domain. And if you like trickery domain, perhaps then, I mean, Bard would give us Charm Person and probably Disguise Self. I'm saying, though, I don't know, let's say we took War. You know, I was talking about that she's kind of like a Valkyrie going out from the church. She could be a war cleric. She might not get Divine Favor. Or Shield, I don't know, those might actually just be plain old cleric spells that are automatically provided. You get what I'm saying, though? Let's find something here. Fog Cloud. It's tough because we're a bard and we can have whatever we want. And if you get what I'm saying, though... although, you know what? Alright. Shlomo. We're a bard. We get cleric spells anyway. What about, instead, we keep it in that same vein, but we make them paladin. No, wait, we can't choose paladin, can we? It might only be full casters. Bard, cleric, druid. Yeah, no paladin. Oh, that's fine, though. Druid? Hey, yeah, have a good night, Myth. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the session. So could she have been sent out by nature? As, well, she is a bugbear, lives out in the woods. Something came out and destroyed her family, which could have meant destroying the woods. She could have been taken in by druids. This is still an adequate bend. Druid for the Fae thing. Okay. All right, all right. I don't think too much has changed. Druids can still be quite vicious and send out their own inquisitions into cities to bring them down or to investigate people who cut down, you know, groves of trees and the like. All right, I like it. We were an acolyte as a druid. We learned some druidic spells. We could still take cleric spells if we want, because cleric and druid kind of mesh. But of course, well, I mean, now we're just like shifting, you know, 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. Anyway, I think we get the point. And if you want to play with her once she's uploaded onto our Discord, download her character and have fun. So now it is time. You know what? That's from, that reminds me of Spaceballs. As they were on the planet of Druidia. And so the main princess was a Druish princess. Anyway, let's go to our bard and get us some spells. So I guess Cleric 1 and Cleric 2 might end up being Druid 1 and Druid 2. That could work. So we're going to go Bard 1, Bard 2, Bard 3. And if you have the spells in mind, I mean, you could shout them out, but I'm not interested in listing the spells at this time. These are simply placeholders, so if you do download her later, her spells are whatever you want her to have. 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. All right, we are going to know 4 spells at level 1. Now, whenever you level up, you can move spells around, so if something you haven't cast in forever, and you think you can get better use out of it, you can move a spell every level. And you also don't have to take something that has to be at the highest level. So, for example, at level 2, we go up to 5 spells known. Well, we're still kind of stuck at level 1. But when we hit level 3, you see how we can cast level 2 spells now? Class level 3 for level 2 spells. That part's all can be a sticky point if any of you are new out there. But at level 3 and level 4, you could technically have two of these here. Nothing would stop you, though, at level 4 to drop it into a level 1 slot.
Happy Halloween, only that play you deal with NPX.
NPX. That is the Welsh pronunciation for NPCs. Q-tip, thank you very well. Thank you very much. I'm sorry. It's almost 4. I guess my words are escaping me. It's been a long Halloween. It's been a fun Halloween. But Q-tip, thank you. Welcome back, and I super appreciate the re-up. You said the same thing, bronies? Yeah, hype. Oh, we have all sorts of fun emotes here, bronies. Tuesday for roleplay, when we open up boxes of minis, because we have a monthly raffle to give out D&D minis and such. You know what? We haven't had any cat butt. And then, of course, we have some different fun emotes. We can keep Fairy Fire. I'm fine with that. But, all right, so if we write out what we can get when we can get it, So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when we get to level 10, well, that's weird. We get 2 spells. Aha. We do. Because we get magical secrets. 1, 2, all right. And ultimately, we're going to know 6 spells that can come from any caster's list. So we get 2 at 10, 2 at 14, and 2 at 17. Now, I'm not putting them here to indicate that they'll have to be level 2 spells. What this is showing, though, is this is how we have a leap from 12 to 14 spells. But it doesn't have to just be a level, you know, in level 5. These can be in any level from any class, and they'll count as a bard spell off of charisma. So those are the 2 we get there. At 11, though, we do get a 15th. So let me fill this in. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have our 10s. Then we have our 11. No spells at 12, but then at 13 we get another one, because at the odd levels are where you get your odd class levels are where you get your next level of spell. 14, we have our 2, right? We go from 16 to 18. Then we get our 15. And then we get I'm sorry, so that was 15. We get one spell at 17. And then at 8, I'm sorry, that's 18. It was 10, 14, 18. There we go. And we can put these magical secrets anywhere we want. But this is what our spell sheet would look like. And you could fill in whatever spells that you want then. Oh, down here also, I forgot. We get a druid. We get a druid from our raising up as an acolyte. This was magical secrets. No, not magical secrets. Magic initiate. Magic initiate. MI, and this will be whatever, you know, name. And then we do this once per long rest, I believe is what it said for the feat. Ta-da! So all she needs is a name. Hey, bronies, all are welcome to our table. We are storytellers. We are role players first before we are ROLL players. When we create characters, I call out to you all in chat to roll numbers in chat, so we all leave our fingerprints on our characters, not just my character. It's an involved workshop. People, you feel free to throw out ideas, and whether or not they're used, it doesn't mean that they're bad. In fact, many of you have given me great ideas that I never would have thought of before. I learned from you, despite me also being the head teacher in this workshop. So there we go. My goodness. What a cool character she is. I'm really digging her. I love that Diva vibe. Especially as a Bugbear. I mean, because you're like, oh, Bugbears, they're all lanky and fuzzy and all that. She is going to make that beautiful, and she's going to work it. She's going to give you awkward feelings. And you're also going to appreciate it. And then regret it. But that's probably because you actually let her down. Yep, look, bronies, I'm a businessman. I am here not just to have fun. I do this for fun. But the way I look at it, you can spend your time on any other channel. You can spend your bits, your follows, your subscriptions, all of that anywhere else. I have to compete in an authentic way, not an abusive, manipulative way. I have to authentically compete to earn any second of your life that you spend here with us, let alone a bit or a sub. And I work, ask the others, I mean, if they're all biased, I guess it's a cult. You know, I show up here, we use accents, I work the camera, voice, ASMR, you know, we pull minis. You know, anyone can subscribe to a channel. I turn those subscriptions around, and once a month, I hand out boxes of minis to people in chat. You know, you can offer bits to a streamer as a tip. Awesome. I will actually give you something in exchange for it, because with bits, you can buy capsules of minis or dice or other things. You can get other boxes of minis. Or if you want a feel-good goal, you can drop that into the community minis pool. So someone else, it's kind of like a take a penny, leave a penny. Or when I get my computer upgrade goal up, if you want to contribute directly towards the stream in that regard, you can do so on a feel-good basis if you don't necessarily want anything physical in return for it. Drink the mini pain, it's good for it. Well, it's non-toxic, right, Q-Tip? Well, look, bronies, of all the channels, especially in D&D and on a Thursday night, you saw this one. You saw some goofy-looking guy wearing Dia de los Muertos headband, something festive. You know, kind of scraggy looking. I need a shave. And yet, despite me being all kinds of derpy looking on the thumbnail, you gave us a chance, you clicked in, and you're here. And I recognize that, and I appreciate it. Because even for the physical store, someone can love Magic the Gathering and have a heck of a time crossing that threshold. Because they might say, well, what are people gonna... Are they gonna make fun of me? Are they gonna not like what I like? You know, what's it like in there? I'm used to playing Magic my way, but what if they play it differently? Am I going to be able to understand? And so I have a respect for everyone who crosses that threshold in the store physically or here. Oh, bronies. Well, thank you. And hey, oh my. Oh my. Well, thank you. And you know what, bronies? If I ever do not earn that subscription, if I ever do not earn that $5 from you, withdraw it. I mean, give me feedback, hopefully. I'm not going to take it personally. But if I ever do not earn that $5, do not pay it. It's that simple. And look, I know how it goes. People take their business to other places. And just know, bronies, the third Wednesday of every month is when I count the number of subscribers, and from the subscription money from them, I purchase boxes of minis out of my inventory that I then turn around and give out for free with free domestic US postage in a raffle. I don't collect information. I mean, like, in a day, I have to know where to send it. Not that I sell it or anything, but I don't need to know your birth date. I'm not collecting it on behalf of a big corporation. I take the money that you all believe in me enough to subscribe, and I turn it right back around to you and give out boxes of minis to people. If you are overseas and you do want to participate, there would be an extra shipping cost. That's unavoidable because I can't work that into... I mean, if it was like $2, that's one thing. But, yeah. And also, if you like who we are and what we do here on the stream, you are absolutely welcome to join us on our Discord. We keep it safe for work / no worse than PG-13. We have mentors. If you need mentoring, or if you want to step up and help other people, you can be a mentor there as well. I hope that you see that it will help. Yeah, please do. All right, so everyone, we made, ta-da! We have our fourth character. She needs a name. Oh, you know what a good Bugbear name is? Seinorb Ninwp. Seinorb Ninwp is an excellent name for a Bugbear. Wouldn't you agree, Ponin Bronies?